Hello, welcome to the Meeple Mentor YouTube channel. I'm Jared, and with me is Holly. And today we are looking at Bullet, both Bullet Heart and Bullet Star. Both of these games are essentially the same game with just different hero characters or heroines that you can be. But it's the same game. So we're going to review and talk about them both as one because the gameplay is identical. The only real changes between the two are the heroines with their special abilities that you can use. So it is a 1 to 4 player game, but if you end up with both editions here, you can combine it to a larger game of up to 8 players. So that might be a great addition for people who want a light but faster gameplay for up to 8 people. But you can absolutely start with either one of these to play up to 4. We've played it at different player counts from 2 to 4. We did not break into combining them together ourselves yet. But I will say we've had some really good fun experiences with Bullet. But to talk a little bit about it, it is from Level 99 Games, and it plays in like 15 to 20 minutes. It is designed by Joshua Van Laningham. Now, the concept in the game is essentially we're all heroines, like literally like these anime girls that are fighting each other with various guns
and powers
and abilities. Correct. So you have abilities, you're manipulating how the bullets are coming at you, like theoretically, and they're represented on your board with the bullet tokens taking up spaces on one of the columns as they come in. And when I say they come in, you're literally drawing tokens from the bag, and whatever number and color is shown on it is where they go on your board. There's only so many spaces for each column, and so essentially if you get like a green 2, you look at the green column, and then you're going to count empty spaces and go 1, 2, and then it sits in that space, so from top down. Unfortunately, if you draw a 4 and there's already like 3 tokens on there, that's immediately going to drop it to the very bottom of your board, which means that it hit you. So that token will then slide over to your hero board and indicate that you've taken damage.
You don't really have any control over how many tokens you have to draw because those tokens come from the opponent to your left, right.
They come from the opponent on your right, and you send the ones that you're getting rid of to the opponent on your left. And on top of the ones that your opponents are giving you, every round, the heat up index continues to go up by 1. So you start at like just drawing 5, and then 6, and then 7, and then those add to whatever ones are being added to you from your opponents. So by round 4 or 5, you're getting like dozens of bullets to deal with. So how can you stop being, shot? Well,
bombarded.
Yeah, that is where kind of the crux of the game is. Every heroine has their own deck and their own abilities that allow them to manipulate the bullets as they're coming in. Most of this game is simultaneously done. In fact, there's timers included in the game to be able to make it a very fast-paced experience.
Our group doesn't do well
if
with
you
timers.
want that. Obviously, you can play without the timer, and it's a little easier, but it's still, it still can be stressful.
It's still harrowing.
Yeah, because you feel you have your own bag of chips essentially, and you see, oh my gosh, I still have probably 20 in here to get through. But what you're doing whenever whenever you get to the point of drawing from the bag, you can either draw something or spend your action points to do some of the actions available on your board, and use cards to create patterns that allow you to remove bullets. So think of this primarily as a puzzly game because you're moving tokens around this grid, and once the tokens match a certain pattern on any number of the cards in front of you, which normally you can hold 3 face up in front of you, and you're trying to complete these kinds of patterns, and that's how you remove these bullets. So you remove them, they go to the top left of your area and they come off, and then you're just going to keep drawing and hope that you can get them into new patterns, that you can keep getting them off of your board while getting through every bullet or every token in the bag. So, once everybody's kind of finished with emptying their bag, then, there's this amount of like, okay, did anyone die? Anyone get shot too many times? And then, of course, passing the tokens that um, you've, gotten rid
Cleared
of,
off.
yeah, cleared to your opponent to your left.
You can also pick up later, you can pick up new actions that you can do in addition to the ones that are printed on your board, which can make it a little easier.
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
not sure if there are any actions that remove bullets.
Specific actions that remove bullets, I don't think so. It's just about like literally moving them around.
I think there are some where you can like repeat an action or something like that.
Or use a card that you've already used in
Yes.
case, that's a really beneficial pattern. And you're like, oh, I can use this action to use that same card again in a different set of bullets and, that sort of thing. Another action might just be draw another card to get more options to try to match up different patterns.
So in addition to, clearing out or moving to where you can clear out better on your cards, some of them may give you some extra action points. They can be pretty beneficial.
Yeah, and actually, that reminds me that there are some bullet tokens that have a star on them.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yep, if you clear those star tokens, you immediately get an action point, which is kind of like the default ability that everyone has. But there are other upgradable actions that you can add onto your board that trigger whenever you clear a star type token. And all of those star abilities will happen, which makes it very powerful if you can, manipulate things so that the star ones go off more often.
Right.
It's bright, it's colorful, the artwork is very anime art style and inspired by your typical like anime girl, but sci-fi and fantasy a little bit. Every character has their own like backstory and like blurb about who they are as a person and how old they are and where they live and stuff like that. Like there's a lot that you can really dive into. I don't know if this is based on like an actual anime or anything like that, but I could certainly see, there's the opportunity for that to sort of spin off into or from something like that. So it's got great artwork. It's got a lot of heart and feel, and it's a pretty simple to play but very intense kind of experience, especially if you use the timer. I would recommend on your first game not to use the timer, just to make sure everyone gets on the same page as to how the gameplay works. Because once someone gets it and someone else doesn't, they're just going to start piling up all their tokens, and it's not going to be good for them.
Simple to play, hard to master.
Correct. Simple to play, hard to master. It's definitely, I mean, they call it literally on the box, they shoot 'em up puzzle action game. And that's what it is as far as you can do on a tabletop.
100%.
Thematically, you're shooting each other, even though you're not doing it directly, you're just kind of all drawing tokens from the bags. But because you're able to clear tokens, you're giving some of your bullets and like redirecting them thematically, I guess. Again, there's like special abilities that are at play here. So it's a gunfight, but it's very like fantastical in nature. Yeah, I mean,
it's like you remember Wanted, bending the bullets.
Yeah, it's a lot like that kind of concept. Is like if you could like slow down time and move bullets around and then like dodge them and slide them out and redirect them. Like that's kind of what's going on thematically. And because of the different variety of cards that each character has, abilities on their board, you're going to get a lot of mileage out of this. I believe each box or each version of the game comes with like 8 different heroines.
There are a lot.
So if you combine them, you're having 16 options of characters to play through with a lot of different variety of both abilities and difficulty. There are some that are easier to use than others, and you do want to keep that in mind when playing with skilled players. You do. So
mine said it was easy. The last one that I played said it was easy, but I think my overall opinion of this game is that I'm awful at it. I'm terrible at it. The strategy is difficult for me, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I'm really not good at it.
It is a lot of fun, and
I feel like it goes by pretty quick for me, unfortunately.
once you kind of get the hang of what's going on in the game and like how a round typically like plays forward, it goes pretty smoothly, pretty quickly, and like everyone has their moment where it just kind of clicks for them, and at that point the game just kind of like speeds up, just quite literally.
Yes, it does.
And then on top of that, whoever's doing the best is all of a sudden like sending tons and tons of bullets to somebody, and then they're like, I don't know how I'm going to recover from this. It's very funny.
Relentless.
It's relentless. Because I know the better I do, the worse my opponent is going to hate me,
See, this is one of those that's like, take that, but I'm like, oh, it's fun.
Yeah, because you're not targeting anyone specifically. It's just the person on your left that just kind of gets your
like
garbage.
It's collateral damage.
Collateral damage, yeah. It's like, I happen to be really efficient, so you're going to have a hard round next turn. It's not personal.
Sorry, not sorry.
I'm just good at this or something.
Right.
Yeah, so I mean, I recommend it. It's a lot of fun, and it really doesn't take very long to play. It says 15 minutes on the box. I'd say it's more like 25.
It's certainly not hard to set up.
No, it's really not. Everyone gets their bag, you get your character that you want, you put your boards in front of you, and, that's about it. You put some starting bullets in your bag, and you're ready to go. So it can be a lot of fun, and if you like that kind of thing, if you like puzzle and like manipulating things to make it and certain patterns, people who like pattern recognition will really like this game. And
maybe that's what it is. Even though I think I just draw awful things.
Yeah. So yeah, no, this has been great. We really enjoyed it, and I highly recommend it if you like puzzly games. If you want something fast paced that can bring a lot of people together to the table in a kind of exciting but short experience. So that is Bullet Heart / Bullet Star. Either one is great. There wasn't any reason for us to say this one over that one. Literally, they were kind of like the same experience.
They really are exactly the same with different characters.
So I don't think you can go wrong with either of them, but if you end up getting one and liking it, just know there's the other one available with new character abilities, and then of course expandability to 8 players. But that's really all we have to say. I feel like it's a great game, and a lot of people are really going to enjoy that. So thanks for watching our review of Bullet, and I've been Jared.
I'm Holly.
We'll see you in the next review. Bye-bye.